What if the first real look at Google's next flagship didn't come from Google at all, but from a phone case? That's exactly what might have just happened. A newly listed case for the Pixel 11 Pro XL has quietly revealed subtle design changes that could give us an early glimpse at Google's next big smartphone. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It really helps me keep bringing you more tech breakdowns like this one. And even though it's only March, these kinds of leaks are often surprisingly accurate. The case comes from Thinborn, a case manufacturer based in Texas, and while it might seem strange that a case company would know anything about an unreleased phone, this is actually very normal in the smartphone industry. Accessory makers receive device specifications months in advance, so they can design and mass-produce cases that fit perfectly when the phone launches. So, if a company is already selling a Pixel 11 Pro XL case, it likely means they've already seen the official dimensions and design. And that's where things get interesting. Based on the images of the case, the rear camera cutout looks slightly wider than previous models. That suggests Google may be increasing the size of the camera bar on the Pixel 11 Pro XL. But at the same time, the lip around the camera area looks less pronounced, which hints that the camera bar itself could be thinner than before. So, in simple terms, the camera module might be wider but flatter. That may sound like a tiny detail, but if you followed Pixel phones over the past few years, you know the camera bar has been one of Google's most recognizable design elements. It all started with the Pixel 6 series back in 2021, when Google introduced that bold horizontal camera bar stretching across the back of the phone. At the time, it looked completely different from anything else on the market. Most smartphones used square or rectangular camera bumps in the corner, but Google went with something that instantly made the Pixel stand out. Since then, the company has been gradually tweaking that design. And according to this new case render, the camera bar on the Pixel 11 Pro XL might actually be moving back toward a more rectangular shape again. It's a subtle shift, but it shows that Google is still refining the design rather than locking into a single look forever. Now, design changes are interesting, but they're not the biggest story here. What really matters is what's happening inside the phone. One of the most anticipated upgrades for the Pixel 11 Pro XL is a major improvement to Face Unlock. Earlier Pixel models either didn't include facial recognition at all, or relied on a basic camera-based system that struggled in low light. But this year, Google is reportedly working on something much more advanced. A project known internally as Project Toscana is expected to introduce infrared sensors for facial recognition. That would allow the Pixel 11 Pro XL to scan your face using infrared light instead of just the front camera, which means it could work reliably in darkness and potentially reach the same security level as Apple's Face ID. If that happens, it would be a huge upgrade for Pixel users who want faster and more secure unlocking. Another important change is happening in connectivity. Older Pixel models struggled with modem performance, especially starting with the Pixel 6 Pro. That phone used Samsung's Exynos 5123 modem, which became notorious for dropping connections and delivering inconsistent 5G speeds. The Pixel 11 Pro XL is expected to fix that with a completely new modem, the MediaTek M90. This modem should dramatically improve network stability and bring the Pixel experience closer to what users get on high-end Samsung and iPhone devices. And then there's the processor. Google's next flagship chip, the Tensor G6, is expected to be built using TSMC's cutting-edge 2-nanometer process. That alone is a huge leap forward. Smaller manufacturing processes generally mean better performance and improved efficiency. But the G6 could also introduce a new transistor design known as gate-all-around. Without getting too technical, this design surrounds the transistor channel on all four sides, which helps reduce electrical leakage and improve performance. The result is a chip that can deliver more power while using less energy. In fact, early estimates suggest the G6 could reduce power consumption by roughly 25 to 30% compared to the previous generation. That could translate into longer battery life, cooler performance, and stronger AI processing, all things Google cares heavily with the Pixel lineup. As for when we might actually see the Pixel 11 series, leaks currently suggest Google could unveil it sometime between early and mid-August. Pre-orders would likely start the same day as the announcement, with retail availability possibly landing around August 20th. So while the phone is still months away, this early case leak gives us an intriguing preview of what's coming. The design changes might be subtle, but the upgrades under the hood, better face unlock, improved connectivity, and a powerful new 2-nanometer Tensor chip could make the Pixel 11 Pro XL one of Google's most significant upgrades in years. Sometimes the smallest leaks tell the biggest stories, and in this case, a simple phone case might have just revealed the future of Google's next flagship. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.